A shadow moves across the sky. The wind shifts, trees tremble, and then a roar that shakes the heavens. You look up and see wings the size of houses, eyes glowing like embers, and fire erupting from its jaws. Sounds like fantasy? What if it isn't? Dragons. For centuries, we've told stories of them, feared them, worshipped them, painted them on cave walls, and etched them into legend. But here's the question no one dares to ask. What if dragons were real? Before you laugh, consider this. Every ancient culture on Earth has dragon myths. And I mean every single one. The Chinese dragon brings rain and fortune. The Norse Jormungandr coils around the world. The Aztecs had Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. In Europe, fire-breathing beasts guarding treasure and terrorizing kingdoms. How? How did all these people, separated by oceans and centuries, all invent the same creature? Coincidence? Or memory? Let's dive deeper. The first written mention of a dragon appears over 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia, Tiamat, the sea serpent goddess of chaos. Fast forward to the Vikings, who believed dragons lived in mountains and burst from the earth during Ragnarok. And then there's China, where emperors claimed dragon blood in their veins. Fun fact, the classic Chinese dragon isn't just a snake with wings. It combines 9 different animals: antlers of a deer, claws of an eagle, the face of a camel. It's a creature of harmony and nature, not destruction. But get this, scientists today think these myths may have been inspired by something real. Massive fossils of creatures like the Quetzalcoatlus, a flying reptile with a 30-foot wingspan, have been found in ancient riverbeds. To early humans, that was a dragon. Imagine stumbling upon a giant skull with razor teeth and wings. What story would you tell? Fun fact, some dragon legends may have started when people found dinosaur bones, long before we had the word dinosaur. But here's the twist. If it was all fossils and fear, why are we still obsessed with dragons today? They're everywhere, on flags, in movies, games, tattoos, and art. They guard castles in fantasy novels. They fly over Westeros. They train with Vikings. Maybe dragons aren't just relics of the past. Maybe they're a reflection of us, our hopes, our fears, our need to believe in something bigger. Now, quick challenge for you. If you've made it this far, you're clearly one of the curious ones. So here's your call to action. Subscribe to the channel right now and join a tribe of seekers, skeptics, and story lovers. We don't just ask questions, we chase the unknown. And this is just the beginning. Back to dragons. Some believe they lived in volcanoes. Some say they dove beneath oceans, waiting for the right time to rise again. And with more than 80% of the world's oceans still unexplored, is it really that crazy to think something legendary could still be hiding? Even today, people claim to see dragon-like creatures in the skies. Are they hoaxes, hallucinations, or echoes of something ancient refusing to be forgotten? And here's something that might blow your mind. Ancient sailors once mapped dragons onto the very edges of their sea charts. "Here be dragons" wasn't just a cool phrase. It was a real warning, a boundary between the known and the unknown. They believed dragons guarded treasure, or worse, devoured ships whole. Fun fact, some historians believe that the infamous kraken, sea serpents, and dragons might all stem from early encounters with creatures like giant squid or oarfish, massive animals no one had the language to describe. But dragons weren't just monsters to be feared. In many cultures, they were sacred protectors. The Mayans believed dragons connected the heavens to the underworld. The Japanese saw them as wise, shape-shifting water deities. It wasn't just about fire, it was about power, mystery, and transformation. So ask yourself this, is it possible that the dragon myth isn't just myth, but a coded memory of something humanity once truly believed in? Or maybe even witnessed? Here's another wild fact. The word dragon comes from the Greek drakon, meaning serpent or giant sea fish. It wasn't just a fairy tale word. It was used in real, serious texts by scholars and soldiers. And across time, one thing stays the same. When we see a dragon, we don't just see a monster. We see a test, a challenge to be brave, a symbol of something powerful, untamed, and bigger than us. So let me ask you this. Did we invent dragons? Or did we simply try to describe what we once saw? Something massive, winged and fire-breathing. Because maybe, just maybe, we didn't make dragons up. Maybe we remembered them. And that brings us here, to this moment. If this journey lit a spark in your imagination, don't let it die. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the bell icon. Join a growing community where myths meet truth and curiosity is our compass. Next episode, we'll dive into real dragon sightings caught on camera. Are they fake, or is something hiding in plain sight? Don't miss it. And hey, got a theory about dragons? A story? A wild idea? Drop it in the comments below. We're listening, we always are.